Hey guys, my name's Kelly Wood, and I'm a friend of William's. And I'm gonna try to make this brief, and hopefully it will make sense. I'm not very techy, and so I've tried to make it a few times, and well, it's a challenge because I have got some pretty awesome memory problems, and I'm not really able to even organize my thoughts. I feel like is challenging, but you know what? If you guys will just bear with me, um, I think we can do this. I keep telling myself the people watching these videos, Kelly, are the people that would understand the most. And the people watching these videos, um, more than likely, a lot of you have played a huge role in my healing journey. William Windsor King, you would be definitely up there. So I'm making this video for you. I care about you very, very much. I've been following you for a long time. And just your drive to go on, your willingness to continue trusting in God when your situation and your everything you've been going through has just been, I can't imagine. I really can't. So it's just been a huge testimony to me. The way that you sing and the way that you smile and the way that you really just, in the face of despair, it's just been so encouraging to me. So, anyways, the story that comes to mind is probably, a year and a half, 2 years ago. I was very, very, very ill. And at the time, I really did not know what was wrong with me, except I knew that I had Lyme, some of the strains from that. And so that led me to William online and started learning things about him and reached out to him. And I just remember him calling me from this little church, like it was hand built, back in the 18th century or 17th century. It was tiny. It was a tiny little room. And he had me on his, cell phone, and he walked around and he prayed, for every Morgellons sufferer and for every Lyme sufferer. And he prayed for me and he told me that it was going to be okay. And, I think that was just a huge turning point just in my healing journey where I knew, like, God is with me. He is fighting for me, behind me, in front of me through all of this. And, if William can get through it, if these people with Morgellons can get through it, I can get through it. And it just brought me hope that I didn't have before. Because before it was pretty lonely before I found all of you guys going through this similar things or whatnot. So, anyways, my heart behind this video is I feel like I've come up with a way, or I've had a thought to possibly save William, and hopefully thousands of others, but in particularly him. Um, it's just been killing me to see him in his car just deteriorating and just suffering and, practically dying. It's so painful to watch. And there are hundreds and hundreds of people that send him encouraging messages and that are praying for him and that want to help. And that is helping, don't get me wrong. I believe in the power of prayer, but you know, a lot of us have, you know, we want to help, but we have like expenditures and health problems of our own, and so it's like it's just hard, you know. Um, so um, I think I might have thought of a way that we could help William, and my heart would be that we could get him into a home by Christmas. And I know that sounds crazy, but with God, all things are possible, and I think that I think there's a way to do it because I think there's enough of us that care about him, and enough of us that will, or enough of you guys that will understand my vision. You know, there was a part of me that didn't even want to make this video because I was just thinking, whatever, people are gonna think I'm selling something or pitching something. And then I was like, well, I don't care. I don't care what people think. You know, if they don't want to be a part of this, they can turn off the video. But there are people out there that need help, and I feel like this is one of those times where I've got a story to tell or to share, and I think that if people could just catch the vision and see how it helped me, maybe they could see how it could help William, and maybe even your loved ones, or help you get through your healing journey. Um, so I'm an ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. You can't see my cute little hat. Okay, well, you can't see my cute little hat. But anyways, for transparency reasons, I'll go ahead and tell you guys that. And that brings me to just a part of my healing journey and my story and how I think we could help William. About 2.5 years ago, I had a girlfriend who was a registered nurse who just looked at, you know, my health history and the skin on my hands and feet, and she just said, you know, Kelly, like, it's obvious that you have a really bad candida and parasites and just like stuff like that going on. She's from Venezuela, so I got lucky and actually had a friend that, you know, kind of could see like what was going on with me just by looking at me. So she recommended me trying these products. She just handed me a couple bottles of stuff and said, just take the stuff, you know, and of course, being a friend who I trusted, I did. So those two products, they're called BioCleanse and ProBio 5. The BioCleanse is like an oxygenated magnesium, and it's really great for, you know, keeping things going. And then the BioCleanse, or the ProBio 5, is an awesome probiotic. Like, super awesome. When I show you pictures of how well it healed the skin on my hands and feet, you'll see what I'm talking about. But it has some enzymes in it, the G-tisonase and grapeseed oil, and it's more than just a couple strains of probiotics, if you know what I mean. So within like just 4 months of taking those two things, and I also drank some of the Plexus Slim. That's the drink that people take to balance their blood sugar. So I took that on and off, but I took the probiotic and the BioCleanse for 4 months, and literally the skin on my hands and feet went from cracking and bleeding and like super painful to like baby soft pretty feet. And that had been like 6-7 years previous to this. I had gone to so many doctors for help, you know, feet doctors. I have a history of Crohn's, so I'd been to some, you know, doctors for that. PCOS diagnosis. You know, I've been to all sorts of doctors, but I had been to a lot of doctors for my feet, and like, nothing ever helped. I tried everything. And really, you know, just, it was a gut problem. I think I'll show you that in just one second. So basically that really opened my eyes to what the kind of the problem was. It didn't fix the problem by any means. I was, even though the skin on my hands and feet were totally healing, I was like dead dog sick, like super nauseous, you know, lots of stomach pain. And this was just the very beginning of my journey into my healing and reversing what I know now as schistosomiasis, which is just just been crazy. Anyways, thank the Lord, because I've had so much help from so many of you, like everybody on the Ropeworm Forum, Steve Bedingfield's group, Crystal Tripp, you know, her herbs and tinctures have just been a lifesaver for me. You know, the MMS, chlorine dioxide, all that stuff's been super helpful. And I'm just finally getting to where I'm feeling good. So it's definitely been a journey, and I'm not sitting here just selling you on two things that's just saved my life. But I think most of you guys can understand what I'm talking about. Anyway, so I feel like these are really just important flagship type products that everybody needs. It doesn't, no matter what protocol you're trying to do to heal your body, really good probiotics and a really good oxygenated, bowel cleanser is probably going to be on your protocol. So I'm just vouching for how well these work, and I'm so not techie. This is another project I have going, but if you guys can see, I think you really can from there. How embarrassing. Those are my feet pictures from before, and you can just see how bad the inflammation was, and it was just so painful. So knowing what I know now about the schisto infection that I was dealing with, and just my whole immune system being on overload, because it was that way for 7 years, the fact that these couple little things could have helped so much is just amazing. Both of those products are under $30. So so I guess, let me think. I tried to make some sort of list to stay on topic, but let me take a look at it. I don't want to stop the video because I don't know how to put them all back together again. One of the things I wanted to share with you is that Plexus Yes has been such a blessing for health stuff, but financially speaking, my almost 16-year-old has Lyme, and on top of what I've been through for the last 2.5 years, which totally put me in a place of being unemployed, by the way. There's no way I ever could have held down a job with the way my bowels were. It was just such a blessing. I never meant to ever do it as a business or anything. I really just told good friends about it and said, I found a probiotic I think is awesome. And people were like, oh, we want to try it. How are you, Kelly? Oh, we'll help you, I think there's a lot of people that would feel that way about William as well. But it was just really a gift from God, like a way that he provided, or is providing financially, just to fill in the gaps. Like, I really don't do this for money. I love helping people. Like, I didn't even know anything about gut health like 2.5 years ago. And now I get to help so many of my friends, through little problems that people just deal with every day, like super bad allergies. It's like, oh, you don't really have to deal with that. You can actually get rid of those. So it can be from just the littlest thing to helping your neighbor with her migraines to, reversing major illnesses and major diseases. And so, man, I'm gonna cough. Hold on. That's a jacket, right? I need to take some more probiotics. Apparently. Okay, this video is getting so long, but I hope you guys just see that. I hope you guys see my heart behind this. Like, more than anything, I want William in a house for Christmas. Like, that would be so cool, you know? He's had it so rough, and just to have people come behind him and help him right now, and to get him in a house for Christmas, it would be a freaking miracle. Like, I want that so bad for him. I read in my Bible earlier today, I came across this verse, and it's 1 Samuel 12:13. And it just said, do you see the man the Lord has chosen? There is no one like him among the people. And then all of the people shouted, long live the king. And when I read that, I just knew in my spirit. I just knew, like, if we banded together as a people, we could save him. And he can help save a ton of people. Are you kidding me? He is, like, so smart, so knowledgeable. He has a heart of gold. Like, this man deserves to have another chance at life, because he has so much to give. So much to give. Okay, so here's how I think that we can do this. The only other thing I wrote down on here was just, you know, my vision, like, part of my vision for, like, my team, my Plexus team now, building a team forward, is to create a space for, like, the sick, the uninsured, the people that can't work, you know, for all the people that have GoFundMes, that are dying of Lyme, that are they just need money for, you know, just to, with help because they can't work. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I imagine, like, all of us helping each other, and, like, this being beneficial for numerous people in numerous ways, starting with William. I want to go over just the positives and negatives with you regarding Plexus before I go over a couple numbers. Please feel free to Google stuff about Plexus and read a lot of bullshit online about it. Sorry, the language, but why don't you Google, like, Jim Humble and MMS therapy and see if you come across any true, real information. It's just so hard these days to know what's real and what's not real, and Plexus is definitely known as a scam or an MLM pyramid-y weird thing. So I just jotted down in my mind the negatives, and I just wanted to go over them with you. Positives: 60-day money back guarantee. Even if you do this, my idea is literally it's risk-free. William could still benefit from you trying this out, and you could still get all your money back. That's what's so cool about it. There's no minimums, there's no auto ships, there's no financial commitments, there's no inventory to keep at home, there aren't parties or anything like that, there's no selling involved. I'll say it again, no selling involved, all just sharing. If you feel comfortable sharing a story about your health, then you'd be good to go. But if you're a salesman, then you would not do well in this business. Supplements made in the USA, non-GMO. Our company growth rate's through the roof. It's something like 16,000% in the last couple years. We're a faith-based company. We're a debt-free company. We've gone literally from, like, $1 million company to a $500 million company in less than a decade. We're 100% debt-free, and we're backed by Morgan Stanley. And the only reason that that's the case is because the products work, just like I showed you up on my wall. Like, it's just that they work so people notice and share, and it just continues to, go and go and go. Plexus started with really as a health company. I mean, they started with like this breast check kit for people to detect cancer, and then the Slim, the pink drink, that I see bashed all the time on our forums, and I've never even told anybody I do Plexus because I'm like, oh god, nobody on the rope forum or any of these forums are going to be my friend because they're all going to think I have ulterior motives or something. But anyways, the pink drink was created to like help for diabetics, to help stabilize blood sugar. For a couple years, the company like kind of got known for weight loss, and so a lot of people thought we were just like a weight loss company. But in the last year, they've really started switching into being a gut health company and talking about the microbiome and all of that. And I like that a lot because that's more up my alley. I wouldn't want anybody thinking I'm selling weight loss drinks. So, and speaking of weight loss drinks or whatever, the negatives that I came up with, I put high shipping and handling and taxes. And then I also put that there is ALA in the Slim. And for people that have a lot of amalgams or that might be super heavy metal toxic, I think that might not be, that would be something you would want to really highly consider or talk to your practitioner about. I haven't had anybody complain. I mean, everybody loves that stuff. And so many people wouldn't buy it if it didn't work. So I'm kind of like, I don't know. I'm on a pretty strict protocol right now, and that's just as much as I'm proud of the Slim and I enjoy the way it tastes. I don't do it every day. It's not a part of my protocol. I'm currently working with Crystal Tripp and doing her herbs on top of Plexus, and doing awesome on Praziquantel, and going to be starting fenbendazole soon, I believe. But anyways, I don't know why I'm talking about me because this is really about William. So William and I talked about him doing this a while back, and he was really gung-ho about it. Because I told him, I was like, there's so many people on YouTube and online that love you and that would, of course, they would buy a $30 bottle of probiotics from you. Like, they would love to. Like, they look up to you. And he was like, okay, let's do it. But Plexus is not in the UK yet. We're in the USA, of course. I'm in Oklahoma. Australia, New Zealand, Canada, Tobago, Trinidad, and Nigeria. So if you live in any of those countries, you could definitely participate in what we're doing. Sorry. That would be awesome. Until we get to the which who knows when that will be. So the compensation plan through Plexus is amazing. I never really understood it. I just happened to notice I was getting checks put in my bank account, which was a huge blessing. So after I had this idea to do this, I was like, well, I guess I should like look up our, compensation plan. I know it's really generous, but I've got to get it make sense of it to people. What is so exciting about this? Where is this? Okay, this is so exciting. Remember when I told you guys there's no minimums or anything like that? I put $3,000 as a goal. I don't know what that is in pounds, but I'm thinking, who can't get into an apartment for that? That should cover like food and apartment and, get him settled for a bit. If 60 people were to try a $99 welcome pack and pay $34.95 as an ambassador fee, we could raise that money. If 120 people would spend approximately $50, we could raise $3,000. So approximately $50. If that's 120 people would buy a bottle of BioCleanse and ProBio 5, That's all we need. If you're on Steve Bedingfield's protocol, I would love for you to join us. This would be so cool. You guys all are taking oxygenated magnesium. And I'm going to need your help for finalizing my healing, so please don't kick me out of the group because you think I'm trying to be salesy or something, because I'm not. I love people, and if I'm going to do anything, damn it, I am not going to let this illness or disease or whatever like hold me back. Like, I'm gonna do something with it. Like, I was a chef. I will still love to cook, and I'm all about food and healing the body or whatnot. But with what I've learned out of this, like having all of this liver flukes and Lyme and all this stuff, by golly, I'm gonna run with it, and I'm gonna take people with me that want to help other people get out of the hole. I mean, I've been there, and it is terrible. Like, I thank God I had a roof over my head. I thank God I had a husband. I thank God I was delivered and set free of drugs and given my life to Jesus years ago, or I guarantee you I would have killed myself throughout this process. It was by the grace of God that I did it, and I know there's people out there listening to this right now, and you need this opportunity. And I don't know if the opportunity is you healing because you're helping someone, or if it's you healing because you're taking something in here in this basket, or whatever. But, you know, I went off on a tangent. Anyway. Okay, so if 250 people spent $30, then we could raise the money. I pledge my word. I will show my financial statements at the end of the month. I don't know what I will do, but my word is good. It's my bond. Anybody that signs up as an ambassador under me, I will give every penny of the profit to William. If there's anybody that listens to this video that has a kind of a, I don't know, a strategic mind that would like to come alongside me and figure out how to make this kind of happen, which I guess people would just sign up, get going. When they get their bonus in the mail in 2 weeks, they would PayPal it to William or whatever. That would be really cool. In fact, I might hold a Zoom call at some point where we can all talk, for people that are interested in doing this. But I guess that's all I have to say. And I just want to thank you for listening to me, because it's been 27 minutes. And I usually only listen to videos on YouTube if they're short. So I'm sorry. But God bless you all with whatever you suffer with, physically or spiritually or emotionally. We serve a big God that can set us free, and I believe that He's going to use each and every one of us in that journey. So I genuinely ask you to join me. And William, just please know that you are very, very loved, and you are not alone.